All right, thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. And today, oh man, I'm like off it. Today we're gonna talk about the used car market and how it's falling. There's some couple data points that we haven't looked on the stream in a while, and I also found an article that kind of talks about it as well. And there's a couple different things that I've been saying as well onto why the Tesla market is falling. Spoiler alert, you cannot buy a Tesla and flip it immediately and make profit. You will lose. And we're just getting back to normalcy where when you drive a car off the lot, that day old saying, when you buy a car and drive off the lot, you're going to lose 10 percent or maybe 15%, and then also like 40 to 50% by like year 3, 4, even 5. So but yeah, let's get into that. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We make 2 to 3 videos, maybe even 4 videos sometimes a day on current events and buying tips. So definitely join the channel if you are interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link, or my Patreon link. Sorry, Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this article I found. Headline, I love it. That wasn't even for me. Used Tesla prices are falling like a stone right now. So basically this article just kind of goes through like what we've been saying, what we've been showing on the channel a lot, like prices have been going down. He brings, a couple examples, like how there's a 2019 Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive for $33,000 that's being for sold. But he really just kind of just boils down, or they kind of boil it, and I don't know if it's he or she, but they boil it down to that Tesla is already starting to increase production. Gas prices have been going down right here. So Tesla is increasing production. EV competition is growing. There's no longer a wait anymore. You can get a Tesla, relatively quick. Fuel prices are decreasing. And then, of course, I think the big one really is that interest rates are rising. But the whole picture is that the EV equation doesn't make as much sense as it used to. So when I say EV equation, it's like, how much gas are you saving? Do you drive a lot? The price of the vehicle doesn't make sense. And because you're basically paying a premium for EV, but yes, you pay less maintenance, maybe insurance is a little higher, but it has to make sense at the end of the day in terms of like a monthly cost for you in terms of how much gas and maintenance you could be saving at the end of the day. So there's a couple data points. So this is a cool article. I'll try and put it in the comments and in the section so you can take a look. But really, we've already kind of known this. We've been tracking this on the channel. If you've been watching, we've been doing this. So CarGurus has a site where it tracks like the retail price of used vehicles listed on their site. And you can see I've already got it filtered down to Tesla. And the past 90 days, it's down 15.12%. And these are a lot of dealers listing their vehicles on this website. So a lot of dealers out there, and that's not just Tesla, are in trouble at this point. They've purchased vehicles at too much of a high price and they need to resell it and they just can't. So they need to either lose money or kind of just lose more money holding it into their inventory. But the vehicles that have really taken the most beating in terms of price is Tesla Model 3, 16.29% in the past 90 days, Model S, 16.27%, Model X and Y, they're relatively, better vehicles, or arguably better vehicles. That's why they're holding better value. And but still crazily 13.44% decrease in the past 90 days. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Used Teslas are going down. Another thing that I saw that was pretty interesting. So I'm on a lot of Facebook groups in terms of Tesla Facebook groups, because I like to just kind of see what's out there. People post their vehicles for sale, or they post accessories for sale, or they just post all the latest news as well. And so Cars and Bids, if you don't know, it's like a private site. If you've heard of Bring a Trailer, then it's like a similar version to that. And basically people can list their vehicle on here and bid onto the vehicle. And so, this site's actually created by Doug DeMuro, which is a car YouTuber. And so you can literally list your own private car in here, and it's kind of like eBay. People can bid on it back and forth. And here's the headline: 7 out of the last 10 Teslas on Cars and Bid did not meet the seller's reserve price. So that means the vehicle didn't sell. Prices are falling, and the sellers have not accepted this yet. And I've seen this across the board. Like, sellers think like there's still this like huge long wait for a Tesla, or like in basically every single for sale post for used, or at least 90% of them, they always reference the current retail price of this exact car is $1 bajillion. So get a deal now and save $10,000 or whatever. But they don't kind of know what's out there, like the $70,500 discount. Prices are falling. People, it doesn't make sense for them to buy a used one when they can get a new one at the same price or even less in some cases than some of these deals, especially if they're like 1 to 2 years old at this point. But I think like I've been testing this for myself. I usually, I give strategies on how to shop for a used car. Like, I only go after private sellers and kind of just figure out what the wholesale value of the vehicle is, and then offer them, a couple, $2,000-$3,000, maybe even $5,000 more if I really like the combination of the car and whatever. And so I practice that, and I went out and I basically shopped, lowballed, like, I don't know, I want to say like 50 people out there on a certain Tesla that I'm interested in getting. And yeah, the answers that I got back are not surprising. Some people get upset. They think it's too low. I try to open a dialogue with them, try and help them understand what's going on. And then usually some of them might reach back out, but one person reached back out, and we might have a deal at the end of this week, maybe. And I know Tapia is interested in hearing that. So we'll see. Of course, I'm going to make a 3-part series on that if I buy another Tesla, but we'll definitely see for sure. All right, let's get some comments out. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, you can check out my Patreon link if you want to support the channel. There's various benefits how you can actually support. And some of the benefits include actually even scheduling a one-on-one call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But just being here, watching, liking, hitting the comment button, it goes a long way, and I thank you for that for sure. Tapia Andy, my Model Y came out to $62K after taxes. They hit me with a 10% tax. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just how it is, unfortunately, especially if you're in a high cost of living area. But $62K, that's not that bad. Like that's a deal. My first Model Y Performance was like $59,000 after a $4,000 discount, and that was just the sales price. I think out the door with financing everything was like $65K. So that's a good freaking deal. If I could buy that, if it has wine chair, I would try and buy it from you. But that you have a good deal for sure. Yeah, California high cost living. Jay, is it true the days of flipping a Tesla are over? Yes, the days of flipping a Tesla are over. That's my PSA. Hopefully no one tries to just buy, unless you have like a really, really old price in the queue, or you have this $7,500 discount plus a $5,000 discount. Like, I feel like Tapia could flip that vehicle. Like, I bet like the cheapest Model Y Performance 2023, or if it's a 2022, no. But if it's 2023, then yeah, you could probably make a little bit of money, but is it really worth it at the end of the day? Like, owning it, enjoying a Tesla, driving it for 5,000-6,000 miles, I think that's, or maybe even 10, 20, I think that's better at the end of the day. You'll get more value of that than like $1,000 or for flipping a one-time Tesla. Happy Hippo, one dealership I've been in contact with the Model Y long range with 850 miles started at 67, and today it's at 58,995. Jeez, yeah, you gotta figure like they probably paid like 62, 63, maybe even 64K for that car. So they're really under the water on that vehicle at this point. Like a 2022 Model Y long range, I wouldn't pay anywhere close to 50. I would pay like $45,000 at best for that, because it's 1 year depreciated. It's probably got, 885 miles. That's not a lot at all. Like, that's a $45,000 car to me, and maybe not to anybody else. Jay, I hope with all of this happening with Tesla, they can keep the original advertised price of Cybertruck when it finally comes out. Yeah, keyword is finally comes out. That might not come out till like 2024 at this point. But yeah, that'd be cool if that comes out with $39,000 or $40,000. That would be sick. Jipper status. All right, exactly. All right. Happy Hippo Eggs. What is the advertised? It's the Cybertruck starts at like $40,000, and it goes all the way to like 50 and then 69 if I remember correctly. But Tesla removed all those prices a while ago, so you can't even like they took it, they try to erase it from history basically. And there in the contract there was no like agreed stipulation that they had to sell those prices to you. Armand, LOL, there's a Tesla Plaid for sale with 77,000 miles for 66K on what site? I want to see this. A Plaid for that's crazy. I need to see that. Where is that? If you could drop in the link, I want to find that. That's crazy. And it's a new refresh too. That's hilarious. Hopefully, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's a lot of miles for a like for what, couple-year-old car. Abraham, do you think my used Model 3 long range black with white interior, 19-inch wheels, blah blah blah, for 42,000 was a good deal, or should I have gotten it cheaper? It depends on what year. Full self-driving, that's pretty sick. Like I would say that's valued at $5,000. Acceleration boost, I don't really care for it. Maybe it's worth $500 on the street. If you paid. If it's a 2019, 2020, if you paid like 35, 30, I mean, it's got full self-driving. It's not terrible. I would probably try and do a little bit better, but yeah, I don't know at this point. But yeah, let's see what else is there. Alexis, hey, we predicted this, Alexis. We predicted you were going to come in on the used side, but we're just referencing some data points on this article about how they cited a couple different reasons for the used market coming out. Okay, so Abraham, was it a 2020, 2019 then? I would like to pay like high 30s for that, but I mean, a couple $1,000s more. Yeah, I mean, there's also a time cost variant to all this as well, right? Like we spend a lot of time, I certainly do, like shopping and trying to find the best deal, but sometimes if you spend too much time on it instead of focusing on other stuff, there's a time cost benefit analysis that you have to kind of figure out. At some point, you just got to be like, I'm just going to buy it, enjoy it, and move on and on to the next thing, on to the next deal we can find, right? Tapia, imagine Tesla goes back to 55K Model Y and we had a tax rate on top of that. I'd buy it in long range. Yeah, I mean, that would be sick if that actually happened. Shane, you can get a brand new Polestar for $48,000. Funny you bring that up. Funny you bring that up. Polestar's, cool. I like the cars. Charging network, Electrify America, that's a pain for sure. I would say the Polestar is smaller interior wise than the Model 3, but and you get 2 years of free charging with Polestar. Very compelling. I would say pretty compelling. If the charging network was as good, I have also never seen or tried the Polestar because they also have an autopilot version. But if you have some insight on that, definitely drop it in the chat. BK, I just picked up my new Model Y for my wife. I would consider a used Model 3 at 25,000 and below, but I don't fathom the price getting there. It's already there, actually. Like there's examples of 2018, 17, 2019 under 30K. Some even at 25,000 or even high 25,000. So it's there for sure. 2020, okay, so that's not bad. I would like to be high 30s on that. The way I actually check used prices is I go to Car Buyer USA. I put in the exact vehicle that I'm interested in and see what the wholesale value of it at the time is. If you bought that like a while ago or like a month ago, then it's going to be completely different at this point. But that's how I kind of see like what should I pay, and then I add $2,000 to $3,000 on top of that, depending on if it's the build or options that I like at the end of the day. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the Patreon if you are interested in supporting the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I think the next video I'm going to talk about, let's see, maybe interest rates. Maybe full self-driving. We'll talk about full self-driving. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.